let's see if we can get this done. Because it's been one of those days where nothing worked quite out like I had planned. We won't talk about how crazy it was for the day. So I'm going to do a vlog about the recipes that, okay, I'll just start again. I am cow's dairy. It's dairy, cow's milk. Cows. Ugh. Okay, I'm dairy free with cow milk. I can have goat milk and sheep. I am egg free, but I can have duck eggs. And I am also gluten and yeast free. And then I also can't do peanuts or almonds. And I have some other things, but those are like the major big ones. So I am going to share my breakfast, like what I have for breakfast, because typically when you think breakfast, I don't know about you, but I think egg or I think like toast. And it's definitely been a challenge for me to do Trim Healthy Mama without eggs, dairy, and gluten. So I'm gonna show you for breakfast what I use out of the cookbooks, because I figure I'm probably not the only one that's like, what do you eat for breakfast if you can't have those things? So I'm first gonna talk about the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook. As you can see, I put a spiral on mine because, yeah, I used it. I have drowned my cookbook and then I got it spiraled. I should have spiraled it before because it probably would have saved my cookbook. So some of my recipes in the back are stuck together, particularly the dairy-free cheese one, which is really sad. I really want to make that one, but yeah, I can't read it. So anyway, I'm gonna go through a few of the things I eat for breakfast from that particular cookbook. And then I would love to hear from you what your favorite breakfasts are that are dairy, egg, and gluten-free. Because even though I can have goat milk and I can have duck eggs, I don't actually eat that much other than in something cooked. And then it's rare because they're terribly expensive. And the only dairy as far as goat that I do is kefir. So, and I'm not including that in this because I'm just starting to introduce those things. So I don't really think it's fair to include them in here because I really haven't eaten them other than kefir. So anyway, let's get started. The Sweet Dreams oatmeal, I think there's like 3 or 4 different recipes on it. I just don't do the peanut butter and jelly one because I can't have peanuts. And I think I remember one of the coaches talking about that there is actually cashew powder, like peanut butter powder. I don't know. I haven't looked because I just found out about it. Maybe I could use that, but I've gone so long without it now that I don't really think about it anymore. So I don't know if you're completely not free, if that would be an option for you. But berry creamy greens, there are several ones, and it does have the option to put yogurt or cottage cheese on it. I actually never did that even when I wasn't dairy free, so I don't know, maybe you could. But this, if I'm correct, this one also is where you could use rice, and I think there were some other options. You didn't have to use the gluten-free oats, so you could look into that and see. I think I've done rice a couple of times, but I just prefer the oatmeal. All right, and then chocolate, well, they have it as chocolate nut crunch granola. I think there's a couple of different recipes, but I don't include the peanut butter one. I just do the double chocolate, and then it's really good. It's one of the few recipes that doesn't have egg because a lot of the granola recipes have eggs. So, all right, the crock pot granola, the cinnamon apple, the apple cinnamon one is probably my favorite because that's the easiest one to keep within my parameters. Okay, and then these are some desserts that I've used for breakfast. This secret silk pie with the Simple Simon coconut pressed crust, because it's coconut in the crust, because I can't have almonds, which is in the baking blend. So the berry no cream cheesecake, I haven't made that in a while, but if I remember right, you have to read through the directions, but it's actually not something I would keep long term if I didn't do the extra steps. So just make sure you read into that, because it's better fresh. We have berry no cream cheesecake. I think I already talked about that one. Okay, cobbler in a jar. That is really good. I haven't had that in ages. Zapple crumble. That was interesting because it was like, it's a vegetable, but you make it into apples, which is really good. So if you haven't tried that one, definitely do that one. And I made my own baking blend without almonds. So yes, you can do that. It takes a little bit more work. Apple crumble, it's kind of the same thing except that it's with apples. Avocado cream pudding. I don't remember what that thing with the recipe was, but you could do it dairy-free. And that was another thing is, this cookbook was written before they came out with their hemp protein. So any of the recipes that have their whey protein are just supplemented with their hemp protein powder, and it tastes just fine. We have the fruity yogurt, which is basically they make yogurt with the, what is it? Gelatin stuff. Chai pud, I'm actually going to make that this week, and that is delicious. The glycine glory pudding, I haven't made that in a while. It's easy to make, gluten-free. Collagen berry whip. It's been ages since I made it, and I actually forgot about this one until I went through the cookbook, because I've actually cooked through the whole cookbook before. All right. Then there's the secret big boy shakes. Don't forget those. Again, I haven't looked in this cookbook in a while. I totally forgot about those. And then they have the thin thicks and then the frappes. So don't forget to look at those. So anyway, that's, let's see, probably about 20 different dairy-free ideas for breakfast from the Trim Healthy Mama Cookbook. So be sure to check them out, because yes, dairy-free mamas need breakfast. So thanks for tagging along. I'll see you later. Bye.